A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahman Irahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Ameen. I'm going to read briefly from the Resurrection book. Okay, this is the book that was prophesied to be released in the 50-year period of time after 1928. 1928 and 1978 is 50 years. Okay, and we have to really we have to stop playing and take it serious. A prophecy was fulfilled in the M.A.I.N Temple of America, right? Noble Drew is our prophet. Okay, those of us who are descendants of the victims of the most horrendous episode in world history here in the Western Hemisphere. The descendants of the victims of the African slave trade, right? We had prophetic team come to us, right? And everybody who say they're not our prophet, they don't know what's going on. They don't know the lessons. That or they're lying. Okay, plain and simple. Okay. But here he talks about a new era of time. See. There is a new era of time. After 1978, it's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new saga in the life of the M.A.I.N Temple of America, i.e., Islam in the West, as it pertains to us, the descendants of the victims of the triangular transatlantic African enslavement trade systems. Okay, it was a world impacting event. It was so horrendous and so terrible that happened to us, and calling it a national collapse is just putting it mildly, but Allah Ta'ala saw it fit to answer the prayers of the doers of our ancestors and sending us a deliverer, sending us a redeemer. You understand me? And he answered that prayer when he sent Noble Drew alayhi wasallam and the prophetic team of Noble Drew alayhi wasallam. See, we need to thoroughly understand this, right? It's real. It's happening. This is real, right? And I'm going to tell you something right there. The M.A.I.N Temple is the lead. This is the temple, okay? The corporate name. You understand me? But this is the masjid, right? The Masjid al-Qiyamah al-Salihin, the masjid of the resurrection of the righteous. This is the name of the movement. This is the name of the Islamic movement here in the Western Hemisphere. Masjid al-Qiyamah al-Salihin. Okay? The resurrection of the righteous. You understand me? And all these boys that buck and lie on Timothy Dingle, they cursed. And they don't know their lessons. That's why they're not making salat. That's why they're not reading hadith. Right? That's why they're still beyond the pale of al-Islam. Right? Noble Drew was an Islamic prophet. He was a prophet sent here to redeem us from mental slavery, right? Redeem us from our sinful ways and lead us back to Allah and this messenger. That's the whole ball of wax, if I may. And we need to understand that. Stop playing around. Stop being scared. A lot of us are scared because we know the devil is attacking Islam right now. Because Islam is a divine civilizational force here on earth. You understand? They know Islam is here to replace Shaitan's kingdom and establish Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. See, they know that. See. And that's one of the chief reasons they keep the so-called black man down, because they know he's gonna bring God's kingdom down here. They know we're gonna bring our Father's kingdom down here. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. See. A lot of students say, well, look, God ain't no father. What you mean? That's tradition. That's an Al tradition. That's ancient Moabite, ancient Adamite. Ancient Adamite tradition is calling God, looking up to God as our father. See, you gotta know how to articulate this thing. A lot of boys Americans who are bucking, right, on that self-egoism and self-glory and separatism down there, but they don't know this doctrine. See, when you're on them kind of terms, you're not pure of heart. You're not pure in heart when you're on those kind of terms, and you don't know this doctrine. Only pure in heart can learn this doctrine. I'm telling you some good stuff now. Okay? But I want to read from the resurrection book, right? I'm going to read from page 26. I'm going to read about he has a lot of epitaphs on the cover of the book. If I draw, you cut, It talks about the pictogram on the west side cover of the book. And here it says, I'm going to read where under the title says New Era Time now. Okay? It's at the bottom of page 26. New Era Time now. New Era Time now, quote unquote, means a change. See what I'm saying? A change, a better understanding. Wait till the grass cutters leave, okay? That's another story, too, I like to get into, what's going on socially, politically, economically, and psychologically about us and our relationship with immigrants coming over, working and doing swell and everything, right? Sinister stuff. And it should hit home to what's really going on, how these people really feel about us. And our punk ass leadership, the punk ass Christian leadership, and some Muslims now. You've been talking now. All right, I'm gonna start over. Okay, New Era Time now. New Era Time now, quote unquote, means a change, a better understanding. That's how it has a period. Without a new era time, we cannot move forward. We cannot move forward towards better progress. Okay? Without a new era time now, progress stands still. There was a new era time in 1776, the days of the Revolution, which was the beginning of the new era time for the American people. England was demonstrating degrees. England was demonstrating degrees on America. Wait a minute, let me say, yeah. England was demonstrating degrees on America, similar to the degrees the great Pharaoh of Egypt was demonstrating on the seeds of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob down in Egypt. The great God, through his divine wisdom, sent a liberator to Egypt to lead Abraham's seed out. The liberator led the children to the rock of salvation, which is the land of Canaan. In 1776, through the great God of wisdom, he sent another liberator to the American people. In the name, by the name Commander George Washington, who later became President of the United States, to lead the foreigners to the rock of salvation, which is the Constitution of the United States, declaring their independence from England. Okay? It goes on to talk about slaveryism in the South and so forth, but that's not the gist or the subject what I'm talking about, right? What I'm talking about is a new era time in Moore Science Temple of America since 1978. You understand? It's a whole new ball game. And we need to understand that. We got to get these people out of that organization, right? Who don't want to really believe, who don't want to comply with the Supreme Law's revelation dynamic. They have to go. You understand me? They have to either comply or they have to say goodbye. We have to say goodbye. They don't, If they don't want to leave, then we have to get them out. We got to get them out. We're not going to, look, the 7 blessings of the Lamb dynamic, you understand me? Get into the 7 blessings of what they are. Honor, glory, power, riches, you understand me? The 7 high quality gifts and or rewards and or treasures, right, that come to those of us who obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through this process. You understand me? The brothers done exchange. They bucked on the grand body in 1970, July 10th, 1970. The grand body issued a communique to all the temples. You understand me? We're going to establish the resurrection centers for everybody all over the nation. What happened? It didn't happen. In 8 years later, May 29th, 1978. The chief magistrate issued a communique through the Moorish American Domestic Court. You understand me? But he before it can get fulfilled, he passed away. 2 years later, he was gone. 1980, he passed away in March of 1980. Right. He was gone. And the files was with him. They didn't set the court up. You understand? So I'm making an announcement. I'm not going to nobody's temple anymore. I need my own charter. I need my own charter, my own temple. See, because I understand this process. Okay, understand this map. You understand me? I know how to read this map. You understand me? It's time to build correctly, legitimately. We got to follow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, or else we're going to lose. And I don't like losing. You understand me? I don't like losing. I done lost before. I know what it is. And I don't like it. Okay? You brothers have a good day. Have a productive day. Have a blessed day. Inshallah. And hope you got something out of what I said, okay? Stay good. Stay straight. Stay prayed up. Keep Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala up front in everything. Alhamdulillah. Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.